Hey y'all, today is Friday, October 31st. Happy Halloween to those of you guys who celebrate it. Um, y'all, I know it's been a while since I've been able to check in with y'all, man. I've been busy, man. Life has been crazy. Um, you guys know, I don't know if you guys know, but I do have my daughter full time. I've had her for the last 2 to 3 months, as we're going on 3 months. Which has been interesting, very interesting experience. And I think I kind of want to talk about that, but possibly not. I mean, obviously not now. But my career is booming. I've just got a lot going on. And so that's kind of why I haven't been putting YouTube, I mean, at all as a priority. That's just the truth. But every now and then I want to talk about something. I would really want to get it off my chest. And I think it's very important for us to talk about age dynamics when we're talking about relationships, right? I don't know, some of you guys may know. When I was 18, 19, I ended up in a situation with a male who was 48. And so I'm speaking from a place of actually going through these experiences with the wisdom and knowledge that I have over the years, understanding, I guess, the power dynamics at that age. I know that there are a lot of men who believe in dating younger women. And I want to be very clear about something. There is a big difference in a 40-year-old man dating an 18-year-old girl, right? And or even a 22-year-old, right? Versus a 40-year-old man dating a 30-year-old. Okay. And I say that because a lot of these dudes out here, they're trying to shame women for their age, right? But the crazy thing is they're getting older too. And the argument is, well, men's value increases, the woman's value decreases over time, right? So men feel like younger women are more fertile, they're more attractive, all this extra stuff, despite women in their 40s looking good, right? And having their own and being successful. And something I realized is I think that for me, right, because I tend to date a little bit older, primarily because as a woman, your maturity, I don't know about all women, but girls mature faster than boys, right? And depending on how fast she matures, the conversation looks different when she's with an older man versus a young man her age, right? When I was younger, and not to say we'll touch on the relationship that I had the situation that I had when I was 19. But however, when I was younger, a lot of dudes my age didn't have their shit together, right? So my mind is having my priorities together, and their mind is, I don't know where, right? That is very uncompatible in a relationship, right? When you have a good head on your shoulders, but the dudes your age they're not really quite there yet, right? There's an element of immaturity that they may carry, right? Obviously, I'm older now, so the men my age should have some level of maturity, but we're dealing with certain types of communities, certain types of men who have, remained boys as grown men. And so the maturity part doesn't always seem to catch up. Okay. Um, and dating older men, I always found it pretty predatory ish, right? Especially when I was younger, because when I was younger, I had nothing in common with an older man, nothing in common. So I didn't quite understand why older men sought me out, right, for relationships. There was no way as a younger girl that I was going to take an older man seriously in a relationship, right? Commit to an older man because I was young, right? And I felt like I should be with somebody my age, somebody who's younger than my dad, at least, right? At minimum, right? Um, so I did not find older relationships or older men to be what I thought I would be settling down in my life with. right? I just, that wasn't attractive to me because what it told me as an older man, that means that you think like me as an 18-year-old, 19-year-old, right? And to me, just like how I would do women, I felt the same way about men. That's gross. It's unattractive. Your maturity levels are just not there, right? Um, and if you're digressing, so meaning that if you're 40 something and you think that you have something compatible with me at 18, 19, that says that you're a bit behind mentally, right? Because how is it that you've had all this life experience and instead of settling down with a woman your age, within your age group, that has more knowledge about a lot of life than I do, that you feel most compatible with a woman like me, right? I don't find that to be attractive. I don't find immaturity in a male to be attractive at all. Like there's no way. We could joke. I prefer a non-serious male, but um in terms of compatibility, that's not necessarily the case. So the problem is today in today's society, you got a lot of grown ass men who dress like little boys, unattractive, right? They still sag in the pants, wearing the fitted hat, trying to portray an image that they should have grown out of a long time ago. Okay. There's a way to carry yourself as a man, and there's a way to carry yourself as a teenage boy, right? You have all these men dress in a certain way, trying to get a younger girl, attempting to devalue women, right? Older women, um, shaming older women for getting older, despite the fact that they're getting older, without realizing that their value too has gone down, right? Their value as a man has decreased. The older a man gets, right? And I know this is hard to hear, but the older a man gets, the more his value decreases as well, especially when you're not a celebrity, right? You're not anybody to say that you have any sort of value. The only value really to a young girl that an older man has is his money, his status, his ability to provide, nothing else. Men lose value just as women supposedly lose value. If not, to be honest with you, a man's value decreases tenfold. A lot of men, sorry, y'all, I'm trying to get ready for work. A lot of men lose their value. And then they wonder why, because they chasing these young girls that they're finding women who only want them for their money. Gold diggers, right? You hear that story all the time. Well, that's because you're in a situation where the only thing you have to offer that girl is your money. Like, it's crazy because you hear a lot of men say, well, I'm not dating right now. I'm not dating. I'm not looking for a wife. I'm not looking for a woman. I'm single. And they take pride in this shit, right? But to be honest, a lot of men, crazy how this sounds, can't really find a good woman after a certain age group, period. Dang, this thing is some work to put on. Sorry, y'all. I bought something new and I am super excited to try it. I'm trying to get my body into it. We'll see what it does for me. So they say age ain't nothing but a number. But honestly, y'all, I don't find that to be the case. It is my belief that age is important when it comes to compatibility. And when you're looking for stability as a woman, right? You're not going to, or at least I would think you wouldn't be trying to do things that you shouldn't be doing. So I think that dating up for a woman is good to some degree if she can find a man who is compatible with her 100%. Dating down for a male, okay, you want a younger girl, don't go too young. Don't go too young where it looks like pedophilia down there, right? Because what happens is the women that you could have been compatible with, a good woman is looking at the partners you choose too. Just like I would think a man would be looking at the partners a woman chooses. And that in itself says a lot about where a person's mindset is. So that's all I got to say for now. I'm probably going to touch on it a little bit later, but I just want y'all to know age, they say age ain't nothing but a number. It is. It is. That's all I got to say, y'all. With that being said, I'm out. Peace.